My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance
in the weight room.
Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Hello and welcome again to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. We bring you West Prairie taking on the Havana Ducks here tonight from Scioto. Glad you're alongside for another evening of volleyball action here. As this our second of two evenings. Tomorrow night, the Cyclones will be on the road as they will head to Knoxville, and then we'll be back in yours. It'll be a week from Saturday as we'll be there on the 27th. Did want to welcome to the broadcast tonight the folks at Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street. Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School, open April through October, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. Currently taking orders for whole and half lamb freezer meat. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at Joe's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. The Princess Shop is your local one-stop home for women's apparel, accessories, and shoes. Stop in Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., or Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., located at 520 East Jackson in Macomb. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope Adair. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. Again, welcome here to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. The Ducks will be in the maroon uniforms, white numerals on those here this evening. The Cyclones in the home grays, black numerals trimmed in white this evening. It is best 2 out of 3 falls. The starting lineup tonight for the two teams for Havana: Katie Robeson, Taryn Wickman, Jennifer Bonnet, also Allison Tibbs, Olivia Kane, and Hallie Lindner. Actually, see they on the floor and firing it away to serve first. We'll get West Prairie's lineup in a moment. Robeson sends it into the back row. Beck is underneath it to Vanonic. On the outside, Hood hits it right into the outstretched hands of Lindner, who knocks it down and good. Actually, that is, got the wrong number there. That is actually Angel Clear. I thought that's who that was. Robeson sends it again. It's going to go, picked up there by Beck, hit into the back row. And now they'll set the outside, tipping it over. Saved by Phelps. West Prairie loads it up to Beck. That one again clear, knocking it clear to the floor. And good. Robeson will load it up again. 2-0 the lead here for Havana. Serve is off a Beck left side to the outside. That one popped up there in the back row by Tibbs. Saved by Beck, and Vanonic sets it up outside to Beck. She'll bang it over. Popped up by Wickman. Set to the outside and bringing it across is Tibbs. Phelps brings it up over to Beck. That one blocked again by Clear. And she has been a one-person wrecking crew so far. And Havana now leads it 3-0 here in game number 1. Robeson will send it again. And Beck a little trouble with it. That'll make it 4-0 in favor of Havana. Four nothing Havana. Robeson the serve again into the back row. Ava Beck pops it sideways. Powell helps it out, and Beck will bang it back row off the hands of Kane. Set to the outside. Tibbs brings it over. And now played by Vanonic up to Powell. The back row attack brings it across. Robeson is right there. Hit it sideways, and Kane not able to get it. Side out to West Prairie. Makes it 4-1. Sadie Allen will come in. Janie Phelps will go out. So right now it's Sadie Allen, Grace Vanonic, Lauren Powell, Jersey Brown, the libero, Ava Beck, and Maddie Hood for the Cyclones. Vanonic serves here, 4-1 deficit for the Cyclones. Her serve in the back row. That one ricocheted sideways by Wickman, 4-2 now. 4-2 lead. As Vanonic comes back again. Her serve picked up by Wickman. Up front to Robeson. She'll back set it. Tapping it into the out stick was Bonnet. And the Cyclones get to within 4-3. Vanonic brings it back row again. That one hit to back by Kane. Saved by Wickman, but not able to do anything with it. So the Cyclones have tied it up at 4 apiece. All tied up here at 4 apiece. Grace Vanonic will let it fly once again. 4-4 tie in game number 1. Vanonic serve. Wickman hits it up front to Robeson on the right side. She'll set into the middle. Tibbs tips it over. Beck a one-hand save. And Brown's Hood kind of moved out of her way. Brown couldn't quite get there. Side out back to Havana. And they take a 5-4 advantage. Checking in is Brianna Sturgeon. She replaces Kane for the Ducks. Serving is Bonnet. Her serve picked up by Brown. Vanonic left side. Allen going to hit that one into the net. 6-4. The Ducks take a 2-point advantage once again. Ducks up 2 points. 6-4 here. And serves off of Brown up front to Vanonic. She'll tip it. Clear sends it back. Brown's underneath it now, and Beck going to spike it through right side. Picked up in the back row there by Bonnet. Set on the outside. Spurgeon hits it in the net. Side out for West Prairie. Ava Beck will come back to serve it now here for the Cyclones. She'll dribble it a couple times, power it across, and popped high in the air by Bonnet. Set to the outside. Tibbs hammers it into the net. We're tied up at 6 apiece. Again, Ava Beck back to serve left-hand side of the service area. Serves it through. And up front with it is Bonnet. Robeson to Angel clear. She'll hit it back row. And they're going to say in on the back line. 7-6. Havana takes a 1-point advantage. That's going to bring back Allison Tibbs to serve for Havana. Leading 7-6 in at game number 1. Her serve picked up right side by Beck. Up front to Vanonic, and Hood will tap it across. Robeson with it now, the left side set up, and that one coming across off with the hands of Sadie Allen. Wickman pounds it home for an 8-6 Ducks lead. Got a timeout called by West Prairie. We'll step aside as well. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
And we are back here. It is 8-6 Havana by 2 in game number 1. And back again will be Tibbs to serve it. As the Cyclones had a little bit easier last night, got out to a big lead in that JV match. As Tibbs comes to it again, a serve off of Powell. Comes from the left to the middle, back set on the outside. Powell able to hit it to Robeson. Sent up front to Clear, she'll punch it across. And now Vanonic's there from Beck to Allen, into the back row. Was it touched? Nope, they say it was not. And it is now 9-6. 9-6 here. Tibbs coming back with it again. Fires picked up by Beck, or by Brown in the back row. Vanonic to Beck. She will hit that one into the net. 10-6. Havana leads it here by 4. Their largest advantage, or tying it, was 4-0. Serve in the middle to Brown. Vanonic outside. It is Powell sending it through, and Tibbs brings it up. Robeson going to set to the middle to clear. Picked up by Vanonic, and now bumped over to Allen to tap over. Spurgeon's underneath it. Robeson in the middle for clear. Tipped through the hands of Allen, kept alive, but the Cyclones not able to bring it across. 11-6, 5-point lead for Havana. Sadie Allen will come out as Annika Clark will as substitution there, and they said as Tibbs back again. Tibbs leading them to an 11-6 advantage. Serve by Tibbs off of Beck to Vanonic outside Powell. This one picked up by Robeson. Bumped up front there by Bonnet. Tipped over by Clear, and Brown digs it out. Vanonic brings it back row right side. Robeson now outside for Spurgeon. A lollipopper into the back row for Beck. Back set for Clark. Blocked by Clear. Hood tries to keep it alive but can't. 12-6 Havana. The Ducks taking a 6-point advantage, and Angel Clear has presented a clear problem for the Cyclones up front. Lauren Powell doing a little shoe tying. 12-6 Havana by 6 here as Tibbs comes again. A floater short. Powell has a little trouble bringing it up. Can't. 13-6. Having to do something to get the momentum slowed down as it has picked up. Tibbs again off the left-hand side. Powell to Vanonic. Back to Powell. The load up. Cross courts it. Wickman a little trouble with it. Chased by Robeson. Nice save. Spurgeon across, and Havana brings it to West Prairie. Vanonic out of the net with it to Hood. Dug by Tibbs, back row. Robeson going to set out on the left side. Tipped by Wickman. Saved over there. Hit through by Powell. Robeson up with it, but can't control it. A huge side out for West Prairie. 13-7 on the side out. Matt as Kinley Welsh will come in on the libero switch. Coming out, it's Maddie Hood. And the official mentioning you have to do that a different way when you do that. Brown going to bring it in off of Bonnet in the back row. Clear's going to flip it over. Brown digs it up. Vanonic hits it back row to Tibbs. Robeson gets it out of the net, tipped over by Bonnet. One hand saved there by Beck and kept alive. He set it for Clear in the middle. She'll hit it off the top of the net, roll down and good. Side out back to the Ducks. They lead it here 14-7. Angel Clear will come out. Coming in for her is number 22. That is Riley Fletcher. Fletcher will come back and serve. 14-7 lead for Havana. Her serve off the left side off Powell. Vanonic back for Powell on the outside. Flips it over, kept alive, but Robeson couldn't quite bring it up. Fletcher did a nice job getting it off the floor. Side out back to West Prairie. 14-8 lead. Janie Phelps will come in replacing Annika Clark to serve. Phelps back to serve it here. 14-8 lead for Havana. Serve picked up there by Bonnet. Fletcher outside Robeson. Brown pops it high. Vanonic going to bring it to Powell. Back row a little bit too long and out of bounds. Cyclones have had a little trouble keeping them in tonight. 15-8, Havana by 7. As Brianna Sturgeon will come in to serve it. Serve off of Beck to Vanonic. Welsh able to dribble it over the block with a and put it off the block, put it down. 15-9, 6-point lead for Havana. Substitution coming back in as Olivia Kane. Sturgeon will take a seat, and now Lauren Powell serves for West Prairie. The Cyclones down by 6. Her serve picked up nicely at the floor, popped high by Fletcher. Wickman taps it over, and they're going to whistle a net violation on the Cyclones. 16-9, side out back over to Havana. Taryn Wickman will let it go. Short shot. Beck can't quite get there in time. It is 17-9. 8-point advantage now is Havana's largest, as Wickman bombed it over off of Brown, flipped over by Vanonic. Now popped up, they're gonna bring it outside. Tibbs hits it into the net. So the Cyclones get it back here, get into double digits, and make it 17-10. Brown out, and now Hood in. Welsh is back to serve. Kinley Welsh brings the serve. Wickman brings it to the net. Hood pops it back down, says no deposit, no return. Cyclones get to within 6 at 17-11. Welsh off of Kane, high in the air with it. Robeson left side for Tibbs, trying to flip it, couldn't get to it, and the Cyclones are on a little run here of about 3 points. It is 17-12 now. Kinley Welsh brings it again. Off of Robeson right side. They'll set it. That one right close to the net. As Fletcher, when she set it, got it just a little bit close to the net, and the Cyclones are within 4, and now 17-13. 17-13. Welsh brings it again. Robeson back toward the net. Vanonic takes it. Phelps pops it up. Beck brings it through. Kane, they're able to flip it through, does Robeson, but out of bounds. 17-14. Cyclones within 3. Havana will talk it over, so will we. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Tri-County Seeds, your local Golden Harvest seed advisor, located in Scioto, rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for over 10 years. Contact Nate Todd at 309-333-3437 for all your Golden Harvest corn, soybean, and seed treatment needs. Kinley Welsh back again here, 17-14 at lead for the Ducks. The Cyclones chipping their way back in. Her serve off Robeson to Fletcher, tips it, and it's taken by Vanonic. Set on the outside, Beck will put it over, collision, and the Ducks able to get it back. Robeson, Welsh digs it, Vanonic outside for Beck, she'll load up, and Kane digs it for Havana. Fletcher back sets right side, Robeson touched, Beck keeps it alive. Welsh helps it out, and Hood taps it over. Fletcher now gonna set left side, here comes Tibbs, can't get it across, and the Cyclones inch a little closer. 17-15, Welsh again, that one off of Wickman, bounced off the backboard, and I believe a lot of officials will call that out of bounds. So after being down by as many as 8 or 9, the Cyclones try to tie it up here at 17 apiece. Served by Welsh, hammered off of Wickman to the back wall, and we're tied at 17. Tied up at 17. Welsh will try for the West Prairie lead. They have not led in this game. Her serve steamrolls through, and a bandage up an ace for Kinley Welsh. And it is 18-17. West Prairie hammering their way back into lead. Serve off of Wickman, back row. Fletcher going to set it up. Robeson, the right side attack. And that one tipped. And so it'll be a side out back over to Havana. Welsh will come out as Brown will come in, and Robeson back to serve. And the officials discussing something. The 18-18 tie. And Angel Clear will come in. Fletcher will go out for Havana, tied up at 18 here in game one. Been a good one so far. Robeson walks to it. High, deep floater. Powell is underneath it. Vanonic set outside Beck. She'll tip and goes right down the block of Bonnet. Cyclones rally into the advantage at 19-18. Phelps out, and Clark will go in for the Cyclones as Grace Vanonic. Vanonic to the jump serve, brings it over off Wickman into the back row, clear for Tibbs to bump through, and brought up by Powell up to Beck up front, hits it into the net and makes it 19-19. Havana will try to now surge their way back into the lead. And we've got a substitution. Whoop. I thought we were going to do Brown to Vanonic, who tips it in right over the outstretched hands of Clear, down and in. 20-19, the Cyclones rally into the advantage. Kane out and Tibbs, or Sturgeon in rather. As Beck with a 20-19 lead for the Cyclones serves it. Back row off Bonnet. Robeson outside to Tibbs. That one, I gotta say, point for West Prairie. They lead by 2, 21-19. Just a whisker long. Beck, good serve off of Bonnet. Robeson for Clear up front. Dug there by Vanonic. Brown gonna set it for Beck. She'll do the back row attack. Robeson right side. Wickman. The left side set up for Tibbs off the blocks, and nobody home behind the blocks. Drops down and good. It's 21-20. Side out Havana. Tibbs eyes it up, brings it off of Beck. High in the air to Vanonic to Hood. That one blocked by Clear. Brown keeps it alive. They're actually going to say 4 hits. Did not get across the recommended daily allowance of 3. And makes it 21-21. Tibbs for Beck to Vanonic. West Prairie, the load up for Powell. High lolley popper off Bonnet. Robeson. Left side, here comes Wickman on the long load up. And the right corner and good. And we've got a timeout called by West Prairie, 22-21, Havana in the lead. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Bushnell Banking Center, a branch of Raritan State Bank located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell. Offers full service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Need some help? Call them at 309-772-2345. The Community News Brief, free publication throughout the area with 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester Industry, Adair, and more towns throughout the area. Provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. To submit a press release, contact at 309-333-8245 or email communitybrief@gmail.com. This West Prairie game stream is made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning fast and reliable fiber internet, video and phone and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 776-3211 for availability. Powell receives the serve there, loaded up from Vanonic. She'll lollipop it over. Robeson couldn't quite make the dig. That will revoke her invitation to the clam bake. You got to always make the dig to get that invitation. Brown serves for West Prairie, 22-22 tie. Off Bonnet, Robeson taps it over. Powell high with it. Vanonic back to Powell, left side load up. And Bonnet's got it in the corner up for the left side setup. It is Wickman, a little bit too long and out. And the Cyclones lead at 23-22. Jersey Brown lets it fly. Back row off Bonnet, high in the air for Robeson. Right side set up, Clear off the blocks. Powell tried to recover to it and couldn't. And we're tied up at 23. This has been a neck and neck all the way through. And now Kinley Welsh in, replacing Maddie Hood. And in the official checking lineup here. And I'm not sure. And so what happens is a 23-22, a 1-point advantage now for Havana as I guess West Prairie had an illegal server. So it's 23-22. Havana leading here by 1. And now after all that, Riley Fletcher with the serve, replacing Angel Clear. Serve, deep back row off Brown. Vanonic up for Clark. She'll send it through, and it's dug up by Sturgeon. Fletcher high up to it to Robeson. She'll hit it out of bounds. Now we're tied at 23. Janie Phelps will come in. And now Annika Clark coming out, Janie Phelps coming in. I think a little of these early season yips for the two teams on working things out. Served by Phelps, deep back row off of Tibbs. Fletcher for Wickman, dug up by Beck. Powell going to help it up, and then Vanonic taps it through. Wickman for Fletcher, for Robeson, dug by Brown, up to the net to Vanonic. She'll tip it through and good. Game point for the Cyclones. Overcoming a lot of stuff here as Phelps will step back, trying to finish it off. Phelps off the side of her hands and goes out of bounds. That'll bring it back over to Havana, and we'll play a little overtime. 24-24 tie. As Sturgeon will come back and serve. Brianna Sturgeon. Low line drive off of Brown. Vanonic going to help it up, and then Phelps brings it over. Up to the net. Robeson tries to get it out. Shouldered across. Beck with a nice save in the back row and bumped through by Vanonic. Tibbs is underneath it. Fletcher in the middle for Wickman. Too long and out of bounds, and West Prairie takes the lead by 1. Substitution. Kane will come in, and Sturgeon will sit down for and Kane and Sturgeon switch. Lauren Powell will get a chance to finish it off here. 25-24. Cyclones that lead it by 1. Powell serve off of Tibbs. High into the middle. Fletcher, Robeson, lollipopper. Beck pops it high. Brown helps it out. And Phelps will send it over. Wickman. Now for Fletcher outside. Sturgeon saved. Powell tried the one-hand save. Could not bring it up high enough, and we're tied at 25. Is a great effort. And the Ducks, this has been one heck of a fight as a Wickman. 25-25 tie. Wickman, high, short floater. Brown is there, but can't quite get it. And it makes it 26-25. Wickman again, try to finish it off. Her serve, this short again. Beck, out of Vanonic, tips it over and got him. West Prairie will get it back here. 26-26 tie. And Hood will come in. Brown out. As to the serve is Welsh. Off Robeson. Fletcher up with it to Robeson. Out of bounds it goes, and the Cyclones have the lead 27-26. Timeout call by Havana. We will step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Square Music Company offers instruments, gear, lessons, service, and more, located at 122 Northside Square in Macomb. Call the Macomb store at 309-431-5484. You can also visit the Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street. You can also find them online at squaremusic.com. Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road near or far, and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. Second generation business continues to grow and continues to support local athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis on Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. 27-26, the Cyclones trying to take the win here in game number 1 as Kinley Welsh steps back with it. Welsh, low line drive, will not get across the net. We're tied at 27. Welsh out, Brown in for West Prairie. And now Angel Clear will come in. She'll replace Riley Fletcher. Robeson at the serve. for Havana. Robeson, Ready's with it. Brings the serve off of Phelps and couldn't get it up. Bogdanovic couldn't quite get there in time. And it's 28-27. Cyclones gonna have to rally here. The Ducks trying to finish it off. Robeson. Again, a little bit of miscommunication. Ball drops in and the Ducks win game one, 29-27. You are watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented to you by MDH.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, you know, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
And we are back here. The Ducks taking a 1-0 advantage here. The Cyclones going to have to regroup if they want to send it to a third one. For over 100 years, Farmers and Merchants State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs for personal and business bank, as well as home and agricultural lending in its trust department. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street in Bushnell, or their drive-up facility on Cole Street to learn more. F&M is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. For the Cyclones, they will start game two with Maddie Hood, Ava Beck, Sadie Allen, Lauren Powell, Kinley Welsh, and Grace Fanonic on the floor. Jersey Brown will come on in just a moment. Havana still in the huddle here as Havana winning that first one 29-27, an epic game one. And coming out for the Ducks, it is Olivia Kane, Riley Fletcher, joined by Allison Tibbs, Jennifer Bonnet, Katie Robeson, and Taryn Wickman. So we get ready for game number two of the match. Grace Fanonic will be serving first here for West Prairie. As we ready, let it go. Served by Vanonic. Comes off of Wickman, popped high. Now they're bringing out Fletcher for Robeson. Flips it through, blocked by Hood. And they're not able to get out of the net. Cyclones jump out 1-0. They got down 4-0 in game number one. Vanonic again with it, this time off Kane, high in the air. Fletcher left side for Tibbs. That one going to go out of bounds, and it's 2-0 West Prairie. 2-0 West Prairie here. As Grace Fanonic back again, ready to let fly with it. And got another lineup issue. And you kind of expect this the way the volleyball season was thrown quickly together. So what happened was the way the lineup or the way volleyball season was thrown quickly together, lineup issues a large part of it. And so 2-0 West Prairie here. Two to nothing. West Prairie in the advantage. And now serving is Grace Vanonic. Vanonic brings it deep back row. Over the head of Wickman and out of bounds. A side out to Havana makes it 2-1. Angel Clear will come in as Fletcher will go out. Katie Robeson will let fly with it. Robeson into it and brings it across. And what they're saying is the first server should be 5, that they shouldn't have rotated. And still having a little bit of a lineup issue. 2-1, side out for Havana. And so it should have been Wickman at the serve. So that'll be a side out, and Ava Beck will serve. It is now 3-1 after all that. And we're going to have a lineup check. I don't know who I'm going to have it sponsored by, but maybe sponsored. And I think we're all good now. 3-1. Beck serves it off of Kane to Robeson on the left side. Tibbs brings it across. Brown has it up for West Prairie. Vanonic outside to Powell. And Clear digs it up, but a little communication problem. Nobody went and got it. 4-1 West Prairie. Four to 1 lead here for West Prairie in game number 2. Ava Beck serves it off of Clear, and Kane in the back row off their hands. It is 5-1. 5-1 advantage here. And Ava Beck serves it again. That drops it right in front of Clear, and good. A clear and present danger to the Ducks makes it 6-1 West Prairie. Beck again, line drive off Tibbs, high in the air. Wickman going to set it Tibbs left side. She hits it into the net. It is 7-1 West Prairie. Kind of a discombobulation, but well, that's kind of how this game two's been. Havana going to have to shake it off a little bit. Beck brings it again. And they're going to whistle an illegal rotation on West Prairie. So 7-2, a side out over for Havana. As Robeson will bring it. Katie Robeson serves it down the line. Left side Powell there. Vanonic pops it high. Ava Beck will hit it into the net and makes it 7-3. 7-3, 4-point advantage for West Prairie in game number 2. Robeson, line drive. That one will go out of bounds. Bring it back to West Prairie. They lead it here 8-3. Welsh is in. Hood is out for West Prairie. Jersey Brown goes back to serve it for the Cyclones. Brown, serve off of Kane. High in the air in the middle to Robeson. She'll set left side. Clear up with it. And we're going to have a net violation on either Welsh or Allen. And it is 8-4 now. Substitution, Kane is out and Brianna Sturgeon is in. Bonnet serves, brings her serve to Brown. West Prairie has Vanonic loaded up to Powell. She'll flip it over and drop it in. Kind of one of those dump it in for a 9-4 lead. Sadie Allen comes back to serve now for West Prairie. She loads it, sends it, and Wickman's there. Robeson had to get it on the run. Clear tried to bump it over and hit it into the net. 10-4 valued companion. And the Cyclones have a lead of 6 now. Allen brings that one a little bit short and into the net. Of a substitution, Janie Phelps will come in, and Sadie Allen will take a seat on the bench for the Cyclones. Tibbs will serve now for Havana, a 10-5 lead for West Prairie. Tibbs, short shot off of Welsh, and back to the wall, 10-6, Havana within 4. Tibbs going to come back again, trying to inch Havana closer. It was an epic game one, 29-27, Havana winning. Tibbs off the side of her hands and out of bounds. West Prairie takes the lead at ups their lead to 11-6. Lauren Powell stepping back to the serving area. Ready's with it, sends it through, picked up by Bonnet, high in the air. Robeson back to the middle, Sturgeon tips, and Venonix underneath it. Brown going to set her back up. She'll tip, and Robeson's under it. Left side, Bonnet for clear. She brings it over. Powell digs. Venonic tips and tapped up by Tibbs. Sturgeon can't get it out of the net. Makes it 12-5 West Prairie. Or 12-6, rather. That one light bulb in the scoreboard gets me every time. Powell brings a steaming line drive serve. Back up to the net. Welsh brings it back across. Bonnet can't handle it. And the lead is now 13-6. Timeout by Havana will step aside as well. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Beck Pest Control. Don't let the varmints and creepy crawlies get the best of you. Contact Beck Pest Control in Colchester. Beck Pest Control can let you sleep easy when the lights are out. Knowing you have no uninvited guests running around, contact them at 309-313-5521. That's Beck's Pest Control. Get the bugs out. United Community Bank's services are designed to keep you in the game when you are on the go. With online and mobile banking that's nothing but net, no friendly services you can count on from the leader of community banking. Choosing UCB is always a slam dunk. Visit a location near you with branches in Bushnell, Colchester, and 2 in Macomb. UCB is member FDIC. Some of our very fine sponsors for our broadcast here. It is 13-6 West Prairie. As Lauren Powell serving again, trying to increase the West Prairie lead, trying to force a game number 3. Served by Powell. Comes to Bonnet. And now Robeson for Wickman, the load up. Powell underneath it. Venonic, left side setup. Beck, she tips it right into the hands of Clear, who says thanks for the gumball, Mickey. It is now 13-7. Angel Clear made the good play. And now they'll earn the side out. As Riley Fletcher serves, 13-7. 6-point advantage for West Prairie. Fletcher. Line drive serve off Powell. Up to Venonic, outside for Beck. She has it off the blocks, and it's dug up by Tibbs in the back row. Set in the middle for Wickman. Dug one-handed there by Powell. Venonic up with it. To Beck, tips it over and drops it home. 14-7 now West Prairie. Kinley Welsh back to serve. As Maddie Hood comes back in, Jersey Brown rotates out. Welsh lets it go. Serve off of Bonnet. High in the air for Fletcher. Right side, Sturgeon steps back. Welsh trying to keep it alive, could not. And it drops in. It is 14-8. Side out back to Havana. And Welsh is going to go out as Brown comes in as libero. Sturgeon serve, taken by Beck. To Venonic, who tips it over. Wickman's got it. Fletcher out for Bonnet, hits it into the net, and the Cyclones get it back. 15-8 they lead, as Sadie Allen will come in, and Janie Phelps will go out. Grace Venonic will serve from the right-hand side. 15-8 lead. Vanonic pounds that one off Wickman on the right side. Flips it up. Wickman brings it back and drops it past Powell and good. 15-9. Havana just keeps trying to inch their way back in here. As they serve, Taryn Wickman back for the Ducks. Her serve off of Powell. Back set for Beck, and she sends that one to the back line. It's 15-10. 15-10, 5-point lead. Taryn Wickman eyes it up again. Serve is short, and Brown tried to get it up. Hood helps it. Sent over by Allen. Played by Havana. Robeson dug up by Vanonic. Powell brings it up front to Allen. And Havana plays it over to Tibbs, lobs it over. Beck digs it up for West Prairie. Vanonic back out to Beck. Dug by Wickman at the floor. Fletcher back set for Robeson, and Brown's there for West Prairie. Vanonic going to tip it in. Wickman keeps it alive, helped by Tibbs. Bonnet sends it over. Brown now to Vanonic outside Beck. Back row off Kane, keeps it alive. Tibbs high in the air with it, and that one not going to make it across. Side out for the Cyclones. 16-10 they lead in game number 2. Ava Beck will serve it now for West Prairie. Brings a low line drive off Wickman. Ricocheted out of bounds for a 17-10 West Prairie advantage. Beck, couple slap dribbles to it again. Serves it across. Wickman high up with it to Fletcher. Set in the middle for Bonnet. She'll hit it off of Beck. Vanonic load out for Powell. Powell trying to tip it over, but does so beyond the outstick. And it makes it 17-11. New substitution in the game for Havana. As Clear going to come in for, well, no, they're not going to. Did not come up at first, so Keegan Clifton in for Havana. Sadie Allen out, and Annika Clark in for West Prairie. As Robeson brings the serve off Powell. Vanonic gets it on the way. Powell one-hands it over. Clifton can't take it, and it makes it 18-11. Nice job there by Lauren Powell. Staying awake. Kinley Welsh in, Maddie Hood out. And Jersey Brown will now serve. Brown. Her line drive picked up by Robeson. High for Kane. Back in the middle for Tibbs. And it's dug up by Beck back row. Vanonic. Back set for Clark off the net. And Clifton digs it. Robeson will tip it deep. Beck, nice running grab on the go. Vanonic to Powell. And brought up by Wickman. Clear tried to put it across, but just couldn't quite get it over. And it makes it 19-11 West Prairie. Jersey Brown again, deep back row. Robeson up with it to Kane for Clifton, who will bump it over, but out of bounds it goes. And it's 20-11. Timeout called by Havana. We will step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Back here, 20-11, the lead 9 now for the West Prairie Cyclones in game number 2. Havana won an epic game 1, 29-27. Brown deep back row for Wickman to Robeson, outside for Clear, across with it, and it's gathered by Beck. Vanonic out to Powell, blocked by Clear. Powell recovers, and Vanonic hits it deep. Wickman has it for Havana, right side set up. And Tibbs has it through. They bring it up to Vanonic. She'll push it deep again. Robeson to Wickman to Tibbs left side. Bumps it over. Beck has it at the back line. Brown, nice save in the back row. And Powell drives it through. Wickman takes it for Havana. Load up for Clear in the middle. Vanonic up. And Clark couldn't quite rotate to it in time. It is 20-12. Lead cut to 8. Jessica Fackrell will come in. Annika Clark will go out for West Prairie. Clifton serves for Havana. Into the serve. Beck high up to the net with it. And Clear says, you know you keep it. Well, they always say you can't teach tall. 20-13. Touchdown lead for West Prairie. As Clifton brings it for Havana. That one will not get across and makes it 21-13 West Prairie. Janie Phelps in. Jessica Fackrell will go out. And Janie Phelps back to serve for West Prairie. Phelps. Readies and eyes it up. Brings the serve across off of Bonnet. Robeson outside Tibbs. Hits it into the net, and it's 22-13 West Prairie. Phelps again. Line drive off Wickman. Robeson outside Sturgeon. Off the blocks. Dug up by Powell. Venonic sets it for Welsh. She'll tap it through off the hand of Wickman and good. 23-13. 23-13. Phelps again. Pounds it off Wickman. Robeson. Right side for Tibbs. Bumps it across. Venonic with it. Brown back to Venonic. She'll hit it through. Robeson digs it up. Wickman going to bring it to the right side to Tibbs again. Flips it over. Brown not quite able to get there in time. And it goes back to Havana, 23-14. Cyclone lead. Tibbs to the serve. Short shot. Welsh has it. Venonic pushes it out for Beck. Beck drops a diving save by Wickman. Back across. Brown is there. Venonic tips it back. And Wickman gets there. Robeson up front. Sturgeon bumps it over. Brown takes it at the line for West Prairie. Set up right side. It is Welsh. Down and good. It is 24-14. 24-14. Lauren Powell will get a chance to finish this one off to West Prairie to try to hit it to 3. Serve deep. Back row. Bonnet is there. Running with it is Robeson off of Powell. Venonic now to Beck off the top of the net. Down and good. We go to 3. As West Prairie wins game 2, 25-14. Coming up, we'll have game number 3 for you right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
Helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life.
Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
You know, you see fires on TV all the time. You don't understand what the families are really going through until you've lived it. The day before the fire, life was good. We went to bed, we woke up, and we had nothing. If it was not for Country Financial, we would still have nothing.
Back here on TSSR Game Time Live as the coaches get everybody ready. Of course, we'll have the varsity contest for you as well. That'll be coming up in just a little bit. Glad you're alongside here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And so we will move it along here as we get ready for more games on the way. Tomorrow night, the Cyclones will be on the road at Knoxville, I believe. Also, we will have, I know the football, the Bushnell West Prairie Cyclones will be on the road at Macomb. Dwayne and the crew will bring that one to you for this season. I am volleyball only. And, of course, we'll be back in your ears next week. I believe just once during the week next week, as the Cyclones are on the road most of the week. He said as he continues to flip through his papers. Yes, indeed, the 23rd they are at Lewiston, Thursday at Brimfield, and then Southeastern on a Saturday at 10 a.m. And again, we will be here for that one. So join us for all the action. Want to thank again Miss Grayson Welsh for helping do the camera work. Done a fantastic job here this evening. On the floor for Havana with the serve, Jennifer Bonnet. It is Tibbs, joined by Angel Clear, Olivia Kane, also Taryn Wickman, and Katie Robeson at the serve. That is Allison Tibbs up front for the Cyclones. Maddie Hood, Grace Vanonic. Lauren Powell digging that one up. Now up to Beck, tips it over. Robeson brings it back. Powell tried the one-hand save and could not get it in time. And so it will be a 1-0 lead for Havana. Serve by Robeson, low line drive. Powell hits it sideways. Vanonic helps it up. Now Powell will bring it across. Kane's underneath it for Havana. Set to the left side. Tibbs off of Brown. Powell will help it up to Beck, and she'll bring it over. Kane's there. Robeson trying to get it out of the net. Cannot do so. A 1-1 side out to the Cyclones. Phelps will go out. Janie Phelps will go out. Annika Clark will come in. Jersley Brown, the libero on the floor, along with Ava Beck. Serving now, Grace Vanonic for West Prairie. Vanonic down the line to Kane. Up for Robeson. Clear trying to get to it. Clark able to push it back over. Clear sends it back. Vanonic now to Brown. Clark with it. Hammers it back off. Wickman goes over a light. Bonnet brings it back in the court. And Clear brings it over. West Prairie loads. Vanonic outside to Beck. Dug by Kane. Robeson there. The left side set up for Havana. Tibbs across. Vanonic up to it. Clark helps it out, and Brown will bump it over as Wickman's there. Robeson tip to Beck. Vanonic right there. Left side, here comes Beck, just over the outstretched fingers of Angel Clear. Puts it in good. It's 2-1. Tantalizingly close, but no so far. Serve by Beck. Popped up by Wickman. And we had the inadvertent horn burp. Oh, and I guess we have a lineup issue once again. So that will give a point to Havana. Clifton is in as Bonnet is out. 2-2 tie. Clifton now to serve. And we're having a lineup check with Havana as well. I suppose why not? Let's make sure we're all in our place. Serve across, and a little communication error as the Cyclones let one drop. And Havana retakes the lead at 3-2. Kane is out, and Sturgeon is in. Clifton, service short. Beck is there, back to Sturgeon. Powell gets it in the back row. Brown going to help it out, but Vanonic not able to get there. It is 4-2. Cyclone's going to have to regroup a little bit here. Clifton, that one into the net, and gets a side out for West Prairie. I tell you what, folks, tonight we've had more lineup checks than most police stations. As Ava Beck will serve. brings it off of Wickman, left side. Up for Robeson, out for Sturgeon, and Ava Beck digs it up. Brown helps, and Powell will hit it through, but hits the tape, and down, side out, back over to Havana. They take the lead, 5-3. Allison Tibbs serves for the Havana Ducks, brings her serve deep back row. Brown is there, Venonic up for Hood, she'll hit it out of bounds, and they're gonna say that was off the hands of Clear. So 5-4, side out, back for West Prairie. Kinley Welsh in and Maddie Hood out. Jersey Brown will serve it here for the Cyclones. Brown serves off of Robeson, needs help from Tibbs and gets it. Bumped over by Sturgeon, and Powell has it left side for West Prairie. Venonic tips it in and got him. One of the things that West Prairie setters do very, very well, 5-5 tie. Jersey Brown brings it again. Off of Clifton back row, tipped over, and Ava Beck digs it up. Venonic outside for Powell, she'll tip it. Gotta be frustrating for Clear because you can see she's reaching at it, but they put it just away from her fingers. And drops it home. Brown again, 6-5, Cyclone lead to Robeson. High in the air, Tibbs left side for Wickman. That one in and good on the back line. Tied here, side out for Havana. Clear is out. Coming back to serve is Riley Fletcher. Fletcher, 6-6 tie, serves it down the line. Powell takes it. Beck gets to it, and Welsh brings it across. A little bit wide and out of bounds in the back row is the right idea, but hit it a little bit wide. 7-6, 1 point advantage here for Havana in game 3. They won an epic game 1, 29-27. Fletcher pounds it off the back line, back up with it. Venonic back set, Welsh, back row, and good. Ties things up at 7. Phelps will come in as Clark will out. Janie Phelps coming back to serve here for the Cyclones. 7-7 tie. Phelps serve, that one left side, Robeson's there. Fletcher gonna set her back up on the outside, dug by Beck, back to the net. Wickman pounds it down and puts it in. 8-7, side out back to the Ducks. And that's gonna bring Sturgeon back to serve once again, 8-7. Ducks lead it here by 1, been a very spirited JV match. Sturgeon serve off of Brown to the net, Venonic tips it back and Beck bumps it over. Clifton a little trouble with it up front. Now Kinley Welsh is still on your side. Olivia Kane in, Sturgeon out for Havana. Lauren Powell rotating back to serve here with an 8-8 tie in game number 3. Her serve picked up by Kane. High up for Fletcher. Outside Wickman. That one dug by Phelps. Brought up to the net. Now over to Beck. And Kane digs it up for Havana. Clifton for Fletcher. Bumped over. Phelps for Venonic to Welsh. Oh, just a little bit long. And makes it 9-8, a 1 point lead for Havana on the side out. Serving now is Taryn Wickman. Short serve, Brown on the run. Venonic keeps it alive. Welsh bumps it over. And up front to Fletcher. Fletcher over to Robeson, and that one, Maddie Calvert made a nice play on it, but problem is she's on the varsity. 9-9 tie. Welsh serve to Kane, in, put up to the middle. Fletcher for Clifton, high up. Phelps saves at the back line. Welsh now for Venonic, brings it over off of Wickman. Fletcher over for Tibbs, and Welsh digs it on the outside. Venonic gonna load it back left side for Beck, puts it in and good. And the Cyclones surge back into the advantage. (10-9), 1 point lead here. Robeson Popped up by Fletcher and helped out by Wickman. Hood to the net. That one, Vanonic kind of stuffed Clifton up there. And the Cyclones finally take an 11-9 lead. Welsh again, off of Kane. Back to the wall it goes and makes it 12-9. As Kinley Welsh serves it through. Wickman pops it high. Fletcher out to Robeson and brought up by Welsh. Vanonic up for Beck, tipped and saved at the floor. Phelps is underneath it. Vanonic flips it over off the hands of Tibbs and back. And the Cyclones lead it 13-9. 13-9, 4-point lead for West Prairie. Trying to take control in game 3. Welsh again, this time Robeson, the right side. Fletcher back to her, load up, and that was nice play by Terry Paul. I got to give her the credit on that one. That was one heck of a save. Welsh pounds it through off of Wickman. Fletcher, this time left side for Tibbs, brings it over Beck. Up with it from Vanonic, back to her, and kind of mishit it. The Ducks will get it back. They make it 14-10. Angel clear in. Fletcher out. As Robeson will come in as well. Jersey Brown back in for the Cyclones. Robeson, right side. Powell to Vanonic, fake to Hood, comes to Beck, back row, a little bit. They're going to say that one was out. It was. Not that anybody would pay attention to me, but it was. 14-11, 3-point lead here for West Prairie. Serve is very short. Powell there to Vanonic, set for Beck. She'll tip, and Clifton pops it up. Couple girls collide with it. Clear, rolls it over the net. Just kind of tipped it and rolled it over, and it makes it 14-12. Timeout by West Prairie. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Glad you're alongside another broadcast here. Our second one, the varsity, coming up in just a moment. Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street, Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April through October, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all of your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. Currently taking orders for whole and half lamb freezer meat. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. 14-12, lead for West Prairie. Robeson serves to the middle to Powell. Vanonic tips it over. Clear got one hand on it. Wickman kind of flips it up as well. And it's a 15-12 side out back to the Cyclones. And I guess, okay, I didn't get the memo on this. That is a winner. 15-12, the Cyclones win game number 3. And they win the set by a margin of 2-1 here. That'll do it for the JV match. We're going to take a commercial break, thank our very fine sponsors, and get you ready for the varsity contest here. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
And back here as the Cyclones win that one in 3. 27-29, 25-14, and 15-12. Thank you to our very fine sponsors. This will wrap up our JV contest, and we'll get you ready for the varsity contest coming up in just a little bit. We'll see you on the other side. We'll switch streams here and be back in just a little bit. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.